What's up, YouTube? You checking out the Frequent Flyer, and in this video it's basically a discussion, sort of say I'm just letting you guys know what I think the perfect quad or multi-rotor would be. Just my opinion on what the perfect multi-rotor would contain. So getting right to it, I think that the perfect multi-rotor, first of all, it has to have a really nice design, a nice look. So, but this isn't very important, but I think it's important to have a really nice look, because a lot of times just the way that the aircraft looks makes me want to make me interested in it. You know, makes me want to fly it and see how it flies. Sometimes it just looks really awesome, looks like it can fly nice. So that's the least of it, though. It has to look good, should look good. Now, down to the really important stuff, I think that it should have really deep pitch, deep enough pitch in order for you to fly it fast. If you want it to. So I think it should have really deep pitch and roll. The roll and pitch should be equal, I think, because a lot of times the companies, they'll make aircraft have deep pitch, but it won't have a deep roll. And the Yiffy model XS1 was that way. It had really deep pitch this way, nice pitch, but it didn't have good roll. So it sort of unbalances the flight characteristics. I think some of the maneuvers look funny, or you can't pull them off as well as you would want to. Now, I have these aircraft up here because each of these have something that I think should be included in this perfect aircraft to make it perfect. None of these are perfect here, just a combination of the traits that they have. One thing that this thing has is very nice anti-spin. What's anti-spin? Anti-spin actually stops the craft from spinning, just as it implies, like it says. Why would you need that? A lot of times I've flown aircraft in two things and it'll hit on an angle like this and cause it to spin. If you don't have anti-spin, it actually confuses the accelerometer and gets it to spin really fast, and it spins up. It gets faster and faster until it hits the ground and breaks something. This happened to me with a lot of different aircraft. The first one it actually happened to me, the first time it actually happened to me, it was with the CG-022. That thing has awful anti-spin, no anti-spin at all. I was flying it fast and I hit a telephone wire, and I made the mistake of not turning off the transmitter. So if you don't have anti-spin, you have to turn off the transmitter. Well, not turn the transmitter off, turn the throttle off, cut throttle, because if you give it throttle, it's going to spin up really fast and hit the ground. Now, I was thinking that all aircraft had anti-spin. So when I crashed it into the telephone wire, I increased the throttle, because usually that's what you have to do to give it enough power to do what it needs to do. I increased the throttle and it just made the thing spin up really fast, and it hit the ground, and I broke like 3 or 4, not all 4, I broke 3 props, and the frame was cracked. So really bad if you don't have anti-spin in situations where you're up high or whatever. You're going to go down if you hit something on an angle. Anti-spin stops that. This thing has one of the best anti-spin features that I've seen. This one actually wants to face this. It goes even further to keep you facing the same direction. If you hit something on an angle and it spins the craft around, the accelerometer knows which direction it was facing when it first hit, and it'll actually spin you back around and face you the same direction that you were facing. Flyin'Ryan was he stumbled upon that, and RCAddict, he saw Flyin'Ryan do it, and he was demonstrating it, and that's what that is. The Cherson CX-10, the very first version, actually advertised that with that, and the commercial of the Cherson CX-30. They actually advertised it in the commercial that it had anti-spin, and they showed it. The very first Cheerson CX10 had that. And I actually showed it in one of my videos that I had of the Cheerson CX10. It's the Cheerson CX10 versus the M61 by SkyTech. If you want to go check that out, you can check it out. You can see the original Cheerson CX10. I spun it like a like a throwing star, and it was spinning around in the video, and it recovers from it. But anyhow, it has to have anti-spin. I think the motors have to be very powerful, or considerably powerful. Nice motors, so it can provide lift. Nice props for efficiency. I think, well, the geared motors are the best that you can have for efficiency and long flight. But I think even the direct drive ones, the props have to be efficient. These CG022 props are really nice. They really help aircraft. I think they're more efficient than most props. So whenever I get a little micro, I usually throw those on. So nice props it has to have. This material here, this is the Sky Viper S670. Now this thing has a really nice yaw rate, so it has to have a nice yaw rate. I think that the perfect yaw rate probably for an aircraft is for it to do a complete 360 in 1.5 seconds. But 2 seconds is nice too, but 1.5 seconds would probably be very nice for aircraft's yaw to do a complete 360 and face the same direction where it started. That's the perfect yaw for me, but you have to have pitch with that. I already mentioned the pitch, so you have to have nice yaw. And this aircraft is built out of a really nice material. Whatever this material is, it's very durable, so it has to be durable. I think that if you guys are listening, you companies, you should make your aircraft out of what Sky Vipers are made out of. This plastic is very durable. I've crashed this thing a bunch of times. You can barely even see that I crashed it. Only on the props you can see the paint scraped off a little, but this thing is really tough, this plastic, whatever this material here is. So it has to be very durable. This is the ideal material for it. Skyrocket Toys got that right, and this thing has a really nice yaw rate too. So range. I've been having problems with range with this. So it has to have nice range. I don't know what they're doing wrong. These companies that are making them that's having a bad range. But Hubsan has a Hubsan X4 actually has excellent range. So whatever combination they did with between the transmitter and the actual aircraft, this thing has awesome range. And I have the Hubsan up here just because of the transmitter, actually, which is another thing. The transmitter should be really nice. This is the ideal transmitter for me. Most people like the hobby style transmitter. Hello. This thing would be awesome, but I think this is a bit overkill. I don't think that they're going to be able to couple this with their aircraft. It'll be too expensive. So this is the next best thing, and this actually allows you to control the rates, set the rates, but it's a little limited on how much you can control and set the rates, but it is there now. So that's another thing that they should do. Definitely give us some kind of control. Allow us to tone the sensitivity of everything down. Allow us to adjust the yaw rate and the pitch angles. Allow us that freedom to adjust it to exactly what. Give us a really fast one, but then give us really deep pitch and really fast yaw, but then allow us to adjust it and tone it down a little. That's why I was saying that the perfect yaw rate for me would be probably 1.5 second revolution, one complete revolution. But that might be too fast for some. It might be too slow for some. But I think that's pretty fast. That's fast enough. You can get faster than that. But if you do, allow us to adjust it in the transmitter. So the transmitter has to be really good with the ability to control and set the rates. So that will be really nice. One thing that they have to do, it has to have really nice lighting as well. I really like to do night flights, so I think that the lighting should be really good. And this guy's up here. The design is really awesome. It's really efficient. It flies, you get really long flights with it, but I think the design, this thing has modular design. That's why this thing is up here. I think that they should have modular design. The modular design on this thing is superb. You can actually replace a motor or the gear or the pinions or any of that stuff here by just removing this outer part of the motor pod here. It has one screw here, 3 screws on the edge of the motor pod, and 2 screws right here on the motor mount. And you can remove this whole arm. It just pulls out and the motor is plug and play. The micro connector is about right here. So when you snatch that out, it just unplugs there. And then you just plug the new one in and, you know, pop it back on and you're done. This thing is designed really awesome. I know they had in mind what we would have to go through if the thing went down, if something failed, if you lost a motor burnt out, or a rock got inside and warped one of the gears teeth or whatever, a new pinion. They thought about that, and I give MJX kudos for that. This thing is really awesomely made, and a nice touch is the on and off switch. I think well, I'm kind of on both sides of the fence. I'm on the fence about the on and off switch, because I like to do mods and stuff, and do body snatcher mods and swap bodies and stuff like that. So these on and off switches become a problem sometimes. But if you're not into that, I think universally all of them should have on and off switches. That's probably a really good idea, having an on and off switch, because it gives you time enough to get set up after you plug in the battery. Whereas if you don't have that on and off switch, you have to plug in the battery and then hurry up to sit it down to reset the gyros, and then hurry up and get to the flight field to hurry up and fly the thing, because you're draining the battery. The battery's going down. So let's see. I think that's about it. That's about all. That'll make the perfect multi-rotor for me, I think. Companies, if you guys are listening or watching this, WL Toys, Cyma, or whoever, Sky Viper, make us an awesome one. Thanks for watching.